Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Bug Jar. I don't think that there's anything magical about the turn of a year. I do, however, think that it's really convenient in terms of blocking off your time and kind of keeping things kind of separated and tidy and neat and compartmentalizing goals. So I guess about 2 years ago, I took part of this online goal setting workshop thing through the Female Musician Academy, which is hosted by Bree Noble. And she had kind of a cool system for setting goals that align with your core values as a person and as a business. And I really love that. And so I've kind of used that framework as my goal setting layout. The reason why I like her method is that it helps you, like I said, align the things that you're pursuing with the things that you value. So it's really easy, especially if you're first kind of starting out as a business or in music or in any of those things, to kind of just take whatever comes your way and not question it and just do everything you can do. But what ends up happening as you do that and you take on more and more projects and more things and get involved with more stuff is that you start to get burnt out and you start to have less energy to do the things that you really, really care about. So I think it's important to know what it is that you do care about in any business or really just any endeavor and kind of decide, A, does this thing that I'm about to sign on to align with what I believe and what I want to pursue in my business? And if it doesn't, is there a good reason for me to accept that? Knowing what it is that you want to do and what you care about with your business and with your art is really important to help you kind of fortify yourself to say no politely when those things come up that are not suited to what you're doing. So the other thing is you kind of set goals broadly and then narrow them down. And I like that. I like that she has you kind of set your goals in a big, long form sort of thing, and then kind of pick and choose and timeline them out in a way that fits with what you've got going on. So usually around this time of year, I start doing that. I start thinking through the things that I would like to do, the things that I need to do in the coming months and years. And I do this frequently throughout the year. I don't just do it one time and then sit it and forget it. I do it and then I come back to it and I revise it as things change, as new opportunities come up, and I refine the goals to fit my changing business, my growing business. But basically what I want to do now is I'm going to do a little mini exercise of this. So I'm going to go get a piece of paper and start this process. Alrighty, so I have my handy dandy notebook. Alright, so I've broken my page up into 4 categories. So I have, for my number 1 category, gigging. That's kind of our primary thing that we do. It takes up the most of our time and it also brings in the most of our revenue. Number 2, I have recording, which would probably be our second most significant thing. Number 3 is social media and web and marketing and all that stuff. And then the last thing I have actually is YouTube, because even though it could be lumped in with the social media and the kind of public face, the marketing side of what we do, I feel like it's a whole different thing, and it has the potential to grow into something that has kind of got legs of its own, and that's kind of what I hope. So I'm just gonna off the cuff write down 3 or 4 things I'd like to do in each of these categories, and then go through maybe one of them and map out how I might do that. So under gigging, one thing that I think we both would really love to do is do some more collaborative gigs with other bands. We started doing that more this year than we had in previous years, and it's been a blast, and we've just absolutely loved doing it. So I would really love for that to be something that we do more of in 2020, and it looks like that's going to happen. I would like to have our gig calendar completely filled by the end of the second quarter. So another thing that I've got under gigging for me is to be more comfortable with playing the hi-hat. So I started playing the hi-hat in our show this year, and I've definitely improved from the first show we did with it, but I think I could really get some cool little nuancy things going on with a little bit more practice. Under recording, I have that we would like to finish our second album. That's the big thing, and we've been working on that. So this is kind of the idea of goals and a new year not really meaning much other than it's a nice way to compartmentalize things. We've been working on our new album since the summer, and we will continue to work on it into the beginning of 2020. The other thing that I would like to do is maybe put a couple little singles out on Spotify, which we've never done before. We've put our first album up there. I put my old EP up there, but we've never done like a single release. So that's something I would like to do, is to put at least a single out on Spotify ahead of the album release so people can kind of get an idea of what we're going to be doing with that. Third category was our kind of social media and marketing kind of side of things. So obviously I would like to increase our follower base kind of across the board, both with our live shows and on social media. Those little likes that you give go a really long way in giving us clout with different places. So I would like to do some of that, kind of dig into the nitty-gritty of how to do that better and how to engage with people on a more personal level when we're at shows. Get more Spotify plays, because that 0.005 cents is it's a big money for us. Obviously, streaming is a significant part of music now, and so I think that I would like to be more proactive about that, because I feel like I kind of slacked off on Spotify this year, and maybe in 2020 my Wrapped might look a little differently with our new album coming out if I really put some effort in like pushing those singles and pushing those releases. I'm not great at self-promotion yet. It's a skill that I'm still developing, so I guess that kind of encompasses this whole thing, is just to get a little bit better at the self-promotion thing. So my fourth category was our YouTube channel. So one thing that I would really love to do is stay on top of our recording and uploading schedule. And so what I would like to do is have a few more kind of in the can and ready to go, or at least be able to figure out how to fit a video session into my schedule, into our schedule, without pushing it to the 11th hour as I have been doing for the last couple weeks. Another thing that I would like to do with our YouTube channel, and we're already kind of on track with this, is to have more guests on. So I've talked to a few people. Hopefully next year early we're going to have some cool guests come on to talk a little bit about what they do, and I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited to bring friends into this world. But I would love to do more and more of those and allow people to share their knowledge, because our knowledge base is not exhaustive, and so it's super cool to bring in people who have other areas of expertise to share on. I would like to add some good high quality video of our live shows, or what we sound like live. We've done some like living room kind of things. We've done a couple not so great audio quality live videos, but I would like to have some videos of what we sound like live where the audio is really nice. Last but not least, on the YouTube side, I really want a custom URL, because right now we've kind of got all of our social platforms branded more or less the way we want them to, but we don't have the custom YouTube URL. So if you are watching this and you would like to help us get that custom YouTube URL, you can subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have already subscribed, maybe consider inviting a friend or two who you think might benefit from watching some of the Bug Jar episodes to give us a little bell ring. Now that I've got the goals set, I'll just take one and kind of give an example of how I might go about doing that. Okay, so I'm going to go with staying on top of the upload schedule for YouTube. I think one of the barriers that I'm having right now with this is that I think it takes a long time to record a video, and it really doesn't. Most of our videos were done in 30 minutes. it's the editing process that takes a long time. And so I think if I try to break my editing down into a little bit of a daily thing like I do with my booking, that would probably help me get to that goal a little bit faster. So I could sit down, have us do a 20-minute video, and then kind of work my way through that on a daily basis with the editing, and probably not have it take nearly as long as I think it takes. So I think changing my mindset around how long it takes to get one of these videos done is going to be helpful. And doing what I did the first time we uploaded a video, I actually had the first like 4 videos queued up and scheduled. So I think that now that we've got a couple things that are on the back burner that I can edit, if I can go ahead and edit those and get those scheduled for when I want them to go up, I can kind of fill in the gaps in between those and know where I need to put things. But what I would love to hear is how you set goals and how you kind of hold yourself accountable to stick to them, and how you stay motivated throughout the course of the year after the fervor of New Year's resolution season wears off. So share your experiences in the comments below and your favorite tips for staying motivated to achieve your hashtag goals. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoy our content, and check back every Wednesday for more videos.